Tales from the Jails, folks, with John G. Sutton. I've got some good news for you all today. My publisher is offering Kindle versions of this book, which is the first one, all the lot, part one of HMP Manchester Prison Officer. You can get that in Kindle. I believe it's free on Amazon at the moment. I think he's doing it for a week. I don't know. Anyway, but you can get that. So it's a nice introduction for nothing. You can read my first book. It's not my decision, it's the publisher's, you see. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about the problem that we've got with females in prison, and it's about a place called His Majesty's Prison PARC, which is at Bridgend in Glamorgan, which is part of Wales, as I'm sure you know, and it concerns an English teacher there. But first of all, let me say about HMP PARC. Yeah, it's got a certified population of 1,652. That's the certified capacity, so it's a big prison. It's run by G4S, and in 2004 it was rated as the worst private prison in England and Wales. And at the time in 2004 there were 10 of them, and HMP PARC was considered to be the worst. Poor staff morale, overcrowding, lack of separate health facilities for young offenders and adult male offenders. Well, they're just throwing them in there, aren't they? So anyway, I'm going to tell you about this English teacher, female English teacher, aged 45. Her name's Rehan Carpenter. I've got a photograph of Rehan Carpenter here so you can have a look at this young lady, this unfortunate young lady, I believe. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, see that? Rehan Carpenter. Looks rather like a deer trapped in the headlights to me, but that's no doubt what happened to her. She'd been teaching for 20 years at both primary and secondary levels, and teaching English, and she got a job with G4S, working at HMP PARC, teaching prisoners English language. And she was subsequently seduced by a adult male prisoner there, who apparently demonstrated an affectionate connection for this young lady, is what she told the court. And he persuaded her, because he liked her a great deal, you know, but he persuaded her to smuggle in 5 mobile phones for him. And from these phones he was sending her romantic messages. And she believed that he had great feelings for her, and there were kisses exchanged. I don't believe there was no evidence presented to the court that there was any other degree of intimacy. But certainly he was sending romantic messages, they were kissing and cuddling, etc. And the prison authorities traced one of the illegal mobile phones in the prison by using something like a magnetometer or whatever it was. And when they found the phone, they discovered on the phone messages to this Rehan Carpenter's mobile number, her mobile number. And subsequently she was taken in, questioned and charged. The court said that she was endangering her fellow officers, you know, the fellow staff at the prison, by bringing these phones in and generally compromising the security of the establishment, which undoubtedly she was. But poor Rehan Carpenter is age 45. She's a mother of 3, recently divorced, obviously very vulnerable, and a prime target for the scumbag that seduced her into doing this. No mention in the report that I read about the inmate who had persuaded her to do this being sentenced to further imprisonment or whatever it was. Nothing about that. You see, you put vulnerable women into institutions like that with sophisticated adult male prisoners, you're going to get a result, all right. And the result's going to be something like was happening at HMP Berwyn, where they had 38 members of staff in the last, 4 or 5 years? 38 members of staff prosecuted for inappropriate connections to inmates. And I believe 36 of them were females. That's what happens. I mean, what they're doing by putting vulnerable females into prisons to work with men, sophisticated men, is that they're putting them in jeopardy. I mean, who is doing this? Who's authorising this? Which bloody genius at the Home Office has sat down and thought, I know what we'll do. We'll get a load of young ladies in. There's much more of this to come, and I absolutely do feel really sorry for Rhiann Carpenter, the poor lady. It's ruined her life. She'll never be able to teach again. One of her children is disabled, that requires her attention. Imagine how worried she will be about that child when she's locked up in prison herself. And she wasn't setting out to do anything corrupt. She was just seduced, bullied and intimidated by one of these adult male sophisticated prisoners. That's absolutely diabolical. Yeah. I want to go on a little bit now. I've closed that. Yeah, HMP PARC, run by G4S, Group 4. It was a set of 4 police officers who resigned from the police force somewhere in the early 70s and set up a security group. And they went on to get major contracts from the government, and now they're running prisons. And it's a private, for-profit organisation. Now that, to my mind, making profit out of prisoners is diabolical. It's a modern form of slave trading, you ask me. Also, I don't know if you've been watching about this. There's further big protests in Portland. Yeah, that's near Weymouth. Yeah, concerning the hulk, the prison hulk that they've dragged there into the harbour. Holiday resort, Weymouth, beautiful place. Yeah, and Portland's really nice. And it's got a population of about 15,000. 15,500 now, folks. Because there's 500 of these illegal immigrants, can't speak English, completely different culture to the English society, on the hulk, and they're allowed absolute freedom to walk into the town. I mean, if I had a 12-year-old daughter, I'm not racially prejudiced. I'm not. I don't believe in that. But I do believe that we owe a duty of care to the residents of any area, and they're without any consultation, no consultation of the people of Portland. The government have dumped this thing in the harbour, and they're going to fill it up with 500 illegal all male inmates who have got access to the town and all the local facilities. And I believe there's going to be talk of vigilante action. I mean, I've already seen it on the television where people are being interviewed. You look it up on YouTube. Anyway, enough of that. The world's gone mad. Would you agree? That's the song, Dinger folk. And when you hear that, you've got to think, maybe he's gone mad as well. That's it. Catherine's running for the bathroom now. Gonna get wash her hair, do anything, eh? Out in the garden, walk the dog. Where's Paula gone? Yeah. Climbing Ben Nevis, yeah. Larry the goater grabbed his goat and he's up on the moors. I don't know where Bob the Bob is. He's done a disappearing act. But anyway, thanks to all of you for watching this, and I'm now going to sing to you. So you've been warned. Yeah, it's not singing. It's a groan. Let's face it. This was recorded by Nat King Cole. I sound about as much as like Nat King Cole. I sound more like Nutty Slack than Cole. Anyway, here we have it. This is Autumn Leaves. The falling leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The falling leaves, they drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands that I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long. Soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Well, I reckon I killed that, didn't I? I reckon the leaves have jumped off the trees now. Thanks for watching Tales from the Jails, folks. Don't forget, you can get the Kindle copy of my book, this book, on Amazon, 0 charge, so I believe. All right.